Hey guys, what's up? So today I'll be sending a rocket to the moon with 3 carbonauts in there. So first of all the capsule up there, then a few components like batteries and separator, control wheel, then of course the fuel tanks, and then parachute up there, the engine, a couple more engines, landing gear, solar panels, and then the upper stage is ready to go. Then we'll work on the mid stage, so a quite big fuel tank with now the engine, separator, lower stage with a bigger fuel tank, engines, side boosters, and we're almost ready to go. Of course the fuel I don't know what it's called, fuel hose or something, to connect the fuel tanks so you can remove them earlier. Okay, time to go, launch, and this is the liftoff of Lunar Lander 2 with 3 astronauts, carbonauts. So here I'm using the autopilot to do the takeoff. It's actually easier than doing it manual and more accurate, and also it uses less fuel, which is really nice or really useful. So right now it's limiting Q and angle of attack. Alright, so we're waiting for this thing to be in orbit. You can see on the graph on the left side that Q has really been limited. We just dropped the 2 boosters, the side boosters, and Q dropped now crazily because we're out of the atmosphere. We're circularizing the orbit, and the orbit just got circularized. Now we're changing the planes, so we are on the same plane as the moon. Waiting for the right timing. That's it, it's done. Now we're simulating the next maneuver, which is a Hoffman transfer to the moon, and waiting for the right time. That's the right time, so we're accelerating in the prograde direction, and it's all done. So now we're cruising to the moon. Alright, we're arriving already at the moon. The 3 carbonauts are really crazy about the trip. You can see their faces. We're about to reach periapsis at the moon, so it's time to face retrograde and start accelerating to circularize the orbit, and soon it'll be time to accelerate retrograde again to really decelerate and deorbit for landing. Gear out and decelerating for landing. Problem with the gear, so I had to put it in and out again. Okay, now that will be a smooth landing, hopefully. Obviously when landing on the moon in KSP, it's really hard to find a flat area, so there's always some kind of an angle. But this time it was good enough, and the center of gravity was within the polygon of sustentation of the landing gear. So here are the kerbals or kerbins or whatever coming out of the rocket, and the flag is planted. Time to head back to Earth. So now we're in the orbit, circularizing, exiting the sphere of influence of the moon and going back to Earth. But big problem, we don't have enough fuel, so we're stuck at 380 kilometers from the Earth at the periapsis. So that's not great. So we'll have to build a new rocket, a rocket that will grab, and that is a grubber on top, grubber that will grab the capsule with the 3 carbonauts, and hopefully there'll be enough fuel to deorbit the capsule. So we have to synchronize the launch, which is more or less done. But of course, it was not made with any calculation. It was just estimates based on how it looks. And of course, we will waste some fuel in the process because it's not optimized. Hopefully there'll still be enough. So here I'm trying to to make the two orbits touch, and it's pretty tough, and you have to use a lot of fuel to do that. But see, at some point we get to 20 kilometers distance, or is it 40? And you have to go retrograde on the target to cancel the velocity between the two objects, and then the two orbits will actually become the same once you reach 0 meter per second difference, obviously, which is why the film The Martian is completely wrong when the Hermes ship is trying to capture the capsule. They have to be at the same speed, so it wouldn't be possible to do it this way. The speed difference would be really enormous. Okay, so we have the capsule in sight, and the hardest part here is really to capture it and to align. So aligning is a bitch. It takes me forever to do this. The angle, like the viewpoint, is really not the best. It's not that easy to do. It'll be better to have a camera from inside the grabber unit. That'll be a lot simpler, I think. So accelerating a lot here, we can see that in the end I managed to grab that capsule and it's done. So there you go. So now we're really on the same orbit, obviously, and it's time to reduce the orbit a little bit. We'll go to 65 kilometers and we'll not waste any longer. It's been an hour and a half playing this, so we'll just use all the fuel to reduce the speed. We won't use aero braking this time too much because no time, and so we'll just use the capsule to brake. Hopefully it's not going to explode. Oh, there you go. Fine. The two rocks parachutes, the main parachute, and landing. Nice touchdown on the water. Everyone saved and back to Earth.